Was there ever a story that better connects the world? The team covering this international mystery, Gloria Borger in Washington on the US angle, so too friend of the show and legal expert Jeffrey Toobin. First to Paula Newton in Quito in Ecuador. Paula, we know Snowden's applied for Ecuador asylum. Why there specifically?
At this point in time, it does seem like it was Ecuador that decided to put this chain of events into motion. Why? It has been known that this government, basically led by President Rafael Correa, has decided that they're saying they want to make this case based on principle, moral principles. They say that they know it might impact their relationship with the United States, but they believe this involves an issue of human rights. I want to read you now, Becky, also from the president himself, who tweeted earlier, "Rest assured that we will analyze the Snowden case very responsibly, and we will make with absolute sovereignty," key issue there, "the decision that we believe is most appropriate." And then he ends saying a big hug to everyone and happy week. Becky, this is a shrewd political operator here, and he does understand how high the stakes are. And they have decided that for whatever reason, that their diplomatic stakes, that they've decided to put their cards on the table and perhaps take Edward Snowden in. And it is very clear that unless they had stepped forward to actually volunteer to take him for asylum, that this would not even be a possibility right now. They are also being very cagey about whether or not they know where Edward Snowden is and if they are doing anything to facilitate his passage to Ecuador. Becky?
If he's on his way to Ecuador, Paula Newton is there on the story for us. So, Paula, for the time being, thank you very much indeed for that. Chief political analyst Gloria Borger is in Washington for you this evening. Gloria, Washington described by a number of people I heard earlier today as in a rage. Is that how you would describe Washington today?
I would say frustrated, exasperated, infuriated. Yeah. So pretty much in a controlled rage. I mean, we saw the White House press secretary come out. You played a clip from him earlier. But he came out and said, we're not buying that this was a technical decision made by a Hong Kong immigration official. What that means is, Paula, is that this is all politics, and everybody knows it, that this was a decision made by China, that what the United States is trying to do in saying that there was a setback in our relationship with Hong Kong is trying to let Russia know in no uncertain terms that that would be the same result for them. We don't know what specific conversations the President of the United States has had. We do know that the Attorney General of the United States has been on the phone. Those at the State Department have been on the phone. So, you know, behind the scenes, they're trying to get this worked out, but they understand that this looks pretty embarrassing.
Let's bring Jeff in as well. Jeffrey, take a listen to what founder Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks, had to say in a live audio conference call earlier today. We know WikiLeaks, of course, is supporting Snowden and at least paying his travel costs. I want to just do the legalities here. Have a listen to what he said, and then I'll put a question to you.
Every person has the right to seek and receive political asylum. Those rights are enshrined in the United Nations agreements, of which the United States is a party. And no self-respecting country would submit to such interference.
Is Assange effectively right, Jeffrey, when he says, you know, to all intents and purposes, that neither China nor Russia have broken any international rules when they failed to expel Snowden, extradite him back effectively to the US?
Well, I think he's making a different point there. He's saying that every country and every person has the right to ask for asylum, and that's certainly true. The question is, when should it be granted? And here, this seems, at least on the surface, is not a very good claim for asylum. The United States government has followed all the normal procedures. They have accused him of violating the law. He is not a political prisoner in any sense. He is duly charged by a United States magistrate in a Virginia courtroom. But I think just in a larger sense, you know, the law really doesn't matter very much here. This is really, at this point, a case about diplomacy and politics. China didn't want to turn him over, so they didn't turn him over. The law was pretty much irrelevant. Russia, at least so far, doesn't want to turn him over, and they haven't turned him over. Cuba, Ecuador, they will or will not turn him over based on their sense of national self-interest. I think the law is definitely a subsidiary concern at this point. This is a matter of power relations.